kind of crazy and hard to believe that it's actually November already this year. Just blink of an eye and gonzo. Anyways, on the agenda tonight, I'm excited because tomorrow is pumpkin shooting day. Way stoked on that one. That'll be a hell of a lot of fun. Um, we'll do I was going to stream it live on Rumble and then I'll have it pre recorded for people that use YouTube. But just because YouTube doesn't like firearms on live streams and whatnot, which makes no sense to me, but whatever. Anyways, regardless of that, and that we've got elections, obviously, get out and vote. And I tell everybody that regardless what party you believe in or are part of or like or dislike, don't give a shit, just vote. And then, of course, we have Marine Corps birthday on the 10th, and then there's Veterans Day coming up here on the 11th. So, one thing, reach out, text a vet, tell them hi, socialize. You'd be surprised, how socializing helps people. Um, but also, there are the holidays and everything like that. You've got your scammers are already out and about, already working on everybody and playing people's heartstrings. Also, be very cautious about. Don't donate to third parties. In fact, just donate direct to whomever, whatever charitable non-profit organization that you prefer. Always check the transparency, always check the Better Business Bureau, and there's all sorts of things you can do to verify and vet before you give your money up. But and the sad part is the people that have good hearts that are trying to help out other people, having a hard time in life. There's some con man, and these people, unfortunately, they're doing this nice thing, and then this guy, stealing and taking advantage of it, ruining the whole entire deal for people, and it's just sad. It's truly sad because it's like, a lot of people don't have a ton of money, but at the same time, they have feel like they're comfortable enough for whatever they make to donate to Wounded Warrior Project or Stop Soldier Suicide or any of those organizations, and then come to find out it's just some scumbag who went and bought a bunch of camis. Doesn't even know how to blouse their boots right or whatnot out in front of a grocery store, stealing money for some made up charity name that they have. And of course people see that and they think because it's oh yeah, these guys are veterans, they're official, they've got the uniform on. No. I mean, like, it's pretty obvious. You can tell. I mean, anybody that served, you look at their just their uniform and how they're dressed, presented, the order of precedence on ribbons and medals, up on their rack and everything like that. And right off the bat, you can tell. I mean, it's like, but a lot of people don't know the difference. A lot of older people, who aren't as sharp as they were 10, 20 years ago, get taken advantage of. Elder abuse, it's horrible, and that's a constant issue. One of my jobs that I've had, was dealing with claims of elder abuse. Basically, like, whomever this person is, they had an account, this is in private banking, and, there's just really, really odd off the wall activity on this elderly person's account, whom, did fairly well. It seemed like they had quite a bit of money and, homes, things like that, whatever. But the spending didn't make any sense. And it turned out it was I guess there was a housekeeper or kind of like a, doctor or nurse visit, whatever those type of people are for people that are sick or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I'm not smart, man. But anyways, they were blowing all this person's money. They were writing checks, doing all sorts of stuff, scamming the hell out of them. It's sad. Elderly abuse is a terrible thing. Terrible thing. But a lot of bad things out there. A lot of good things out there too, guys. For that being the reason. I guess some people they're curious. The curiosity, I guess. Now strike that. Now I'll get into this. That'll be something for a video because I can't demonstrate to call it out. But there is a lot of bullshit on here. A lot of bullshit out and about during the holiday season, and you've got guys getting discounts, guys trying to get donations, guys doing what. You know, it reminds me of something Don Shipley had said probably about a year ago. Um, he was given some sort of speech. I can't remember exactly what for, but that doesn't matter. But he was up there, you know, giving this speech about stolen valor and things like that, and all the scumbags he's busting left and right and verifying it and whatnot. And he was asking people in the crowd, you know, if he basically is, could any of you name which website type of website that has the most people committing fraud and has the most phonies I've busted and all this stuff? And he said it's the Christian singles dating page. He said that because everybody thinks, oh, they're Christian, so they're, you know, they're a trustworthy person. Oh, they're also in the military at the same time. Bonus. Yeah, and those are the worst liars out of all of them too. But you know, I was kind of shocked by that, and I went and checked it out. Sure enough, man. I mean, they play heartstrings. Grifters are, I mean, they're good. They are truly good at what they do, and they know who to target. Unfortunately, but you know, it's interesting the fact that that's one of the like worst places online possible. But then I also thought about it. I mean, you know, social media and stuff. A lot of places you're going to get vetted. You're going to get asked for your paperwork. You're going to get asked whatever. You know, documentation. I don't know. You know, people are going to at least try to look at that. Anybody that's actually served could look at some dummied up bullshit DD 214 and they'd be able to tell you right off the bat it was complete bullcrap or bogus. But I mean, you know, it's just, I don't know, this time of year, just be careful, guys. The other thing to also be careful of, though, is if is actual veterans, make sure you don't try to accuse them of stolen valor, because boy, you know, that's something that's, it can be hurtful. It can definitely be hurtful. Um, you know, shout out again, Sunny Money. Guys, support my channel. There's a bunch of other people. And then also check out Readings with Celine. Links down below in the description box. With November here on the way, yeah, I don't know. What type of range content are people interested in? I mean, you know, I don't do a whole lot of long range, and I'm gonna flat out tell you guys right off the bat, you know, I mean, even though qualification expert or whatnot you want to call it, long range has never been my thing. I've never been, you know, I like up close. I like close quarters. I like pistols and shotguns, you know, stuff like that. But man, range rifles, just shooting, you know, 500, 600 yards or whatnot, not my thing. I was not made to be a sniper type person. Let's put it that way. My daughter, on the other hand, though, she's a wicked shot, man. She's only 8. Freaks me out. Like, I mean, pretty cool watching it. She'll get up there, she'll bolt it, she knows how to hold it, she'll do her breathing in, you know, breathe it out, hold her breath, and shoot. And like, you know, it's cool seeing my little girl growing up doing that. You know, I take a lot of pride in it. I take a lot of pride with how serious she is when we go shooting and stuff like that. I mean, you know, it's by the book, and I don't know, it's something cool to me. Just really proud of my daughter for all that stuff. I mean, she'll call bullshit on people for trigger discipline, you name it. It's funny as hell, man. And I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna tell her that she's wrong because she's not wrong. You got your booger hook right on that thing. But you know, I don't know. It's a blast. It's a blast having kids. It's fun. It's fun to take them out shooting or do archery. You know, things like that. Talking smack to each other, like, I don't know, kids are killer. Like yesterday, I think I have more fun on Halloween being an adult watching the kids, walking with them around to go trick or treating or whatnot, than I did trick or treating as a kid. At least that's how I remember it. But you know, it's Halloween's kind of funny. You know, and then of course I did that Slender Man joke or whatnot. What does his everyday carry? A ghost gun, all that. Anyways, I was dressed up like Slender Man yesterday, obviously. I have, on the side of my home, I have a wood deck, and, you know, I have a platform kind of where I live. I'm sure if you guys have seen the Halloween pictures I've posted up in my community page or whatnot, you can kind of get the idea of my home setup. I had some teenagers rolling through, I don't know, probably about 9 o'clock last night, 10 o'clock, I'm not sure. Had my Slender Man stuff on. I just went there and stood on the corner. I had, you know, big old thing of big old string of black cat firecrackers, they're all walking up the steps to get to the candy bowl that I'd left on the porch, and they were just being loud and obnoxious, and I just lit the firecrackers, just threw them right out, and just boom. I wish I would have recorded it. It would have been so funny, but I don't know. I don't know if it's more so funny the reaction I got scaring the shit out of teenagers, or the reaction I got from my wife when she's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Going outside to light some firecrackers." And then she just kind of, "Oh," I'm like, "Okay, you're not gonna stop me?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So yeah, my wife enables me to go get into mischief and act like I'm immature. How cool is that, man? Top that one, people. But so, anyways, we'll get some more firearm content out there. Um, I've been doing the Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm glad that stuff's over, man, because it's just so much redundant repeat with stuff. Um, and I haven't gotten any like hate comments or anything yet, which is kind of concerning. Like, I'm wondering, man, did my channel get struck or something? Because nobody's at least like commenting about, me being the evil and all that shit or whatever. But anyways, other than that, what else is there? I don't know. Ballistic Jail probably make some of that. Some of my shorts too. This is something I've been thinking about. So, a lot of these shorts, working on your grip, working on follow through shots, kneeling while shooting, prone, whatever, all that type of stuff. Some of my older ones, I'm thinking, you know what, I should redo these now that I know how to actually do a lot more stuff with cameras and YouTube and all that, have better quality. So, I want to do that, but I hate cycling through it again because it's just like, I don't want people to get the impression that I'm out of content, because I'm not. It's just I'd like my stuff to look a little bit nicer, updated, upkeep, or whatnot. Because I guarantee there's some of those old clips on there were back from when I was living in Minnesota still, and that's, that was what, 2 years ago before I finally moved out here. But it's just not practical. Let's update it. Got to update everything. But if you guys are looking for some funny entertainment, uh, Vintage Warfare was on panel with Johnny Q, and boy, I mean, that dude, Vintage Warfare, Austin's his name. He's got to be one of the funniest guys out of all the gun tubers. Just the type of stuff he says cracks me the hell right up. I mean, and his logic, his tone, and it's funny because he comes off sarcastic or whatnot, sort of, but at the same time, he's also kind of got this, he likes to break people's balls. I guess that's what's funny about the guy. But like, he'll flat out tell Johnny Q, your content's slop, or why are you promoting an inferior product, that somebody could use and actually go out and get hurt? With firearms, there's that responsibility. You guys have all heard me bitch about that a million times. I mean, I quite frankly, most people, I don't watch their channels or whatnot. It's the one gun tuber though that I can't stand the fucker, but I just watch it because of the shit he does, Johnny Q. I mean, dude's safety stuff this dude does, if you've seen any of the clips and videos on here, man, flagging himself, running at high ready, trying to tell people that Nerf guns fit with real scopes and crap like that, or putting Skittles in your gun or whatever the fuck. I don't know, dude. I mean, the dude's making money and getting free gear. I understand that, but man, you're gonna promote inferior products, or if you're gonna do some sort of review or whatnot, you can't just have it all be good. You got to come out with the cons too, because quite frankly, am I going to be out there with a Safari holster they sent me to try out, and the thing's complete utter bullshit? Let's say it's supposedly adjustable, fits on your belt, whatever. I get out there, let's say I go to draw, and maybe after the third draw or whatnot, pops right off, something along that line, and then continue to promote the product even though I know there was a fault with it. That's the type of stuff on here I can't stand. It's the running it high ready, because if you have it running pointed down at the ground, you might fall and you might get hurt. It's like, dude, they teach you to go running in low ready. Low ready is the best you can do, especially if there's a lot of people. You're high ready for starters. Your muzzle's all over the place or whatnot. And there's certain circumstances high ready is valid. Don't get me wrong, or it wouldn't be there. But I mean, like, you're high ready. Say you're running through people or something. You're flagging. I mean, point it down at the ground if you trip at least or whatever. You know, it's down at the ground, not up wherever which way it could go. But you know, that's just my opinion on a lot of this stuff. But it's like calling people out for shit like that. You know, I don't necessarily like want to do it, but it's safety and it involves other people's safety and people trying to protect their families. And so in that matter, you know, I feel like it's a duty to call it out. Just like people selling bullshit items, it's call it out. It's nothing worse than you go to Shills and they say, of course, you know, we don't get paid based off commission. And then, you know, you're like, oh, okay. You're over there looking at the gun case. There might be somebody next to you, and one of the people that work there's like telling them what they need to buy and what gear they need if they're a first-time firearm owner. And it's like they don't need all that crap. And there's been a few times where I've just cut right in, and I'm like, the guy said he wants to get a Smith & Wesson shield. That's what the guy wants, dude. He's not trying to get, you know, whatever the new release of what the hell. I don't know. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. The SIG 320s and all that junk garbage, whatever. No, they said they wanted Smith & Wesson, dude. That's what they wanted. You know, all that other gear and crap, lights, lasers, all that garbage. I don't think they really asked if they wanted that stuff. They just wanted the pistol. Maybe offer if they need a holster and some ammo, you know, you can go in that direction. But there's people that get ripped the hell off at gun shows and in shops and all that stuff. And I just feel bad because first-time gun buyers, you know, they want to get into it, and then their first experience buying their first firearm or whatever is totally rat screwed on account of not knowing. And a lot of people, you know, and I used to think, well, how the hell do you not know these types of things? Because I grew up around guns my entire life. But you've got a lot of people, you know, out in the city areas that I always have to take into effect and thought that didn't grow up around that, and now let's say they move to a rural area that looks like it's fun, they want to get into shooting. You know, I'd recommend a class if you've never gone shooting before. You know, where you can develop some good habits shooting and have good range etiquette and whatnot. But you know, it's crazy watching people get screwed over for accessories and you know, all that type of stuff. It just blows my mind, and you know, and I just can't help it. I have to inject myself and interrupt. But it's you know, I hate salesmen too, though. I mean, that could be another thing. You know, there's three people, the two most dishonest. Well, first salesmen or whatever people. You've got three most dishonest people for professions. You have lawyers. You have used car salesmen and real estate agents. Oh, smoke alarm. 1 second, guys. You have real estate agents, and then, you know, to top it off, you have military recruiters. Those dudes will say anything to get you to sign a contract. It's nuts. But that's my rant for today, guys. Just keeping that algorithm going, keeping it fresh here. You guys are always welcome to use my content, as long as you give credit, send them my way to like and subscribe or check out my channel. Other than that, go ahead and go for it. You guys have a good Friday evening. Take care.